Hi everyone! So here's another book review for you, and possibly the last one till I will attempt at doing a March favorites video. Yay! Which will be, I'm guessing, my first video of April. So this is the last video of March. Oh my gosh, which is not all that shocking. It's not worth being shocked over. So, what am I doing? I'm not even finished this book. What am I doing? Alright, so let's get this book review started. So I just finished The Tin Woodman of Oz by L. Frank Baum, illustrated by John R. Neal. This was one, not probably my favorite one of previously, as we were looking for Ozma and that. But this, it remained true to what I love about the Oz books, is that we hang out with the original characters like the Scarecrow, the Tin Woodsman, and Polychrome is not an original, but she's been in like the books like 3 times now, and I consider her like an original character. Holy crap, I am so fudging with my hair. I consider her an original character because she does appear so much in the books. So I'm fine. I really love her character. She is such a beautiful character. And I love the drawing that John did of her in the Road to Oz, where it was Ozma's birthday book. So we have her coming in this, and we have a new character, which is Woot, right here. And I liked this because we stay in Oz. We just we stick with like the original characters, majority of original characters from the book series, and those that live in Oz and such like that. And we stay with the original characters. We don't follow like brand new characters' stories, unlike Rink Tink and Oz. So that's always good. We also get to explore like the southern part of the Gillikin country, which is the north quadrant of Oz, and it's technically considered the wildlands of Oz, where not many people are inhabited like human people. It's a lot more wild people, and they say it's has a lot more stranger characters in there. And we do meet some strange characters there. So yeah, but this, because there was no backstory here, we don't know what the purpose of the story is. But I will tell you this basics, because we find this out in basically the first 2 chapters. So it's not much spoilers for this. So basically the story is the Tin Woodsman. We go to like his backstory and what happened to him and why he was rusted. Woot the Wanderer comes and asks him, because he's been wandering. Woot is from the Gillikin country, like the northeastern part, like the northeastern corner of the Gillikin country. So like somewhere all the way up in this spot here where my hand has mysteriously disappeared. And so he's been wandering and finds himself at the Tin Woodsman's empire or castle, whatever. And so asks him about himself, and he finds out about Nimie Amie, Nimmie Aimee. It's a weird name pronunciation. or we're just gonna call her Amy, because that's what I think her technically last name is, but whatever. So we find out how when the Tin Woodsman was Nick Chopper as human, we're just gonna consider him human because, like, he was, you know, shaped like a human being, not as a strange thing or an animal or creature, whatever you want to say. He fell in love with Amy, who was kind of a slave to the Witch of the East. And you kind of get that much, I believe, in The Wonderful Wizard of Oz when you first read it. So we find out about his story, and then the Wanderer says, why, since then, like after the first book, why haven't you gone to find Amy? So basically this book is all about the Tin Woodsman going to find his lost love, basically. And along the way they find this guy. He is also made of tin, as you can probably tell. They're both basically look the same, except he has a sword and like has a different hat on, and his button style is different. So I'm not going to tell you about him, because you will find out about him like probably about in the second half of the book. So I'm going to leave it with that. And these beautiful pictures here, this happens in the beginning of the book. So something happens to our three characters, because you have the Tin Woodsman, Scarecrow, and Woot first originally on this quest, and then Polychrome joins it about in the beginning half of the book. And so that happens. And I liked this story. It was interesting. But when Nick, we're home Nick, it's easier that way. When Nick finds his love, I kind of don't like her. But after so many years with not being together, and you think one way about someone, and yet you come to find out something happened to him, which is why that eventually, it came to pass, is why you thought of him that way, which is, I'm not saying this right, basically, but I don't like, I think I liked her originally when they were telling about her, like when he was talking about her, about his backstory, as he was getting chopped up by the witch and then he was rusted. I like that Amy. I don't like present day Amy, basically. We're calling her present day Amy when we finally meet her at the end of the book. And then you're gonna find out what happens. Whether Nick takes her for his empress or not, and stuff like that. But you should read this, because you do find out about this guy. You get to meet Clip is the guy who fixed him gave him all his like tin parts when he was chopping himself left and right, basically. And again, you get to meet Amy, his love. You get to find out who this guy is. You get to find out who these people are. And I hit myself right here on my eyebrow bone. And you get to go to the Gillikin country and find out some interesting people. A few interesting people, not many, because they don't go so far, and they only go so far as when like something really bad happens to them, and they kind of just want to get out of there. Do read this, because we get to have the Tin Woodsman story. Because his story was always, my thinking over this right now after finishing this book, you never get to go back to find out about his life before. And when he tells you that his love Amy, he lost her, and he never resolved to find out what happened to her and stuff like that. So you get to go back and find out that stuff about the Tin Woodsman, because you already know the Scarecrow story. He was basically made to, you know, be pinned up in a cornfield, and there's not much backstory to him, and because like he's already been basically almost all the way around Oz, and most likely has gone back to the farm he was made and seen his maker. So there's not much to the Scarecrow story. And Cowardly Lion, there's not much to his story either, because he really only has not much courage in him, and it's not like he lost his parents or anything, or was abandoned, or, you know, stuff like that. So the Tin Woodsman really only has the mystery and stuff that we're okay. I should, in Baum's mind, it's like, okay, maybe we should cover the Tin Woodsman and find out what happened to Amy and like what's going on with that stuff. And that's what this book is kind of making me think right now. So if you do really like the Tin Woodsman's character, I do definitely recommend reading this book, because it clears up stuff, and you get to go into the Gillikin country, and that's always good, because we haven't really gone into the Gillikin country pretty much at all until this book. And it's not like we go all over the Gillikin country, but we do check out a few places, which is good. And Woot the Wanderer gets separated, and he finds something, and we get to find out something about some creatures. I'm bad at this, like, illusion thing and making you wanna read this book and be like, oh, she's doing that too much. Too much. But I don't want to give spoilers, because, like, I want you guys to find out this stuff when you read the book, and I want you to be surprised and shocked and, you know, I don't know, angered, or not really angered, but maybe upset about certain things that happened. Like, okay, those are not so nice people. Maybe Ozma really should, you know, take out a royal party and, like, domesticate the Gillikin country and stuff like that. It's just that kind of stuff. I want you guys to do that. Especially with the, I don't know, not especially with this, but just when I read you stuff, and review on stuff, I don't want to tell you so much that it'll just ruin the whole story for you, and I've basically told you everything. So, like, now I don't have to read it because you told me the whole shebang. Like, that's not good. I believe that you should be pulled in so much that, and you should only be told so much that you really want to find out what the heck's going on and stuff like that. Which is why I only tell you so much, and only give you certain spoilers, maybe. I don't even know if I want to call them spoilers, but tell you certain things that, yeah. So that was this book, and it was a very good book. I do like it. I always like the books where they spend majority of the time with the original characters, and when they, basically with the original characters. That's all I care about. As long as it has, like, I like, within the first 5 chapters, an original character should come into the story and lead the story. Well, maybe not so much lead the story, but I want him or her to be very prominent with the people, I guess, maybe the people who start the book. That's what I like. So this is a book I definitely liked very much. So there's another book down. 2 Oz books left, and that means I get to start this book. The Magic of Oz by L. Frank Baum, illustrated by John R. Neal. Yep. After The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, Denslow does not illustrate them anymore. Neal does. So this is a hardcover. This is the only hardcover I have of my collection, and it has a slip cover. That's what it is. And here's the spine of it. And there's nothing on the back except the barcode. So it's just this that has the wizard on there. Wonder of Books, HarperCollins. See, this is number 13, so I only have one more left. And then here's the wizard right in the middle, Dorothy. I believe that this should be Dorothy, and I don't know who this red monkey is. Here is the actual hardcover. The front cover is the same. The spine is a little different. You might not be able to see, but the spine has a monkey on it, and it has basically the Magic of Oz at the top. So, and then these pages here, this is basically the same as the front, but this says Magic of Oz with Ozma here, and then obviously a bunch of monkeys. I don't know who or what the monkeys are, or why there are so many monkeys there, but that's that. Okay. I'm gonna read this part here, this flap first. L is actually meant for Lyman. That's his first name. Frank Baum was born in Chittenango, Chittenango, New York in 1856. His most famous work, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, was published in 1900 and was followed by 13 more full-length Oz novels, 6 short Little Wizard stories, and numerous other fantasies and pseudonym books. In 1910, he moved to Hollywood with his wife and 4 sons. There they built Oscott, the home in which Baum lived until his death in 1919. John R. Neal was born in Philadelphia in 1877. In 1904, at the age of 26, Neal received his first major book assignment as illustrator of The Marvelous Land of Oz, which is book 2. From then until his death in 1943, Neal would illustrate over 40 Oz books, including 3 he wrote himself. Today, his fabulous illustrations are synonymous with Oz, Synonymous. I may not be pronouncing it, which is why I spell it to you so you can pronounce it yourself. Peter Glassman is the owner of Books of Wonder, the New York City bookstore and publisher specializing in new and old imaginative books for children. Now we're going to read this part here, which actually has the synopsis, or basically the thing that you read back here, and it gives you like a little tease, almost like a trailer, basically. There's trouble once again in the land of Oz. It's the first sentence right there. The mischievous boy Kiki Eru has discovered a magic word, Pyrzqxgl, that can transform him and anyone else into whatever Kiki demands. Worse yet, Kiki has been recruited by the villainous Gnome King. Villainous? He's not supposed to be villainous. He's supposed to be, well, okay. In his latest attempt to get revenge on Princess Ozma and all her friends. The current Gnome King is not supposed to be, mean. He's supposed to be, okay. So, gotta find out what the hell is going on. While Ozma's court plans a spectacular celebration for her birthday. So it's been a year now. Dorothy and the wizard set out with the Cowardly Lion and the Hungry Tiger to find a gift for their beloved princess. But in the forest of Gugu, yes, Gugu, they become entangled in the wicked plans and magical transformations of Kiki and the Gnome King. Can Dorothy and the wizard stop the evildoers before they conquer Oz? Or will Kiki's incredible powers finally give the Gnome King the revenge he has craved for so long. This deluxe reproduction of the rare first edition features all 12 of Oz artist John R. Neal's beautiful color plates, along with his nearly 100 black and white drawings, making this the perfect present for Oz fans old and new. I'm personally excited for this. Here's the Belong To page with Jack the Pumpkinhead by Roger S. Baum. Dorothy of Oz. Huh. Interesting. I'm glad I have these books because it tells... Here's the Wizard of Oz, the title page. But on this page here, it tells of like all 14 books, or at least 13. No, it has the original book of Alfred by Baum with the illustrator Denslow, and then the 13 books that John illustrated, and the Little Wizard Stories of Oz. Then here's a book by either his son or grandson or whatever down there. Like, I like this stuff that says here. If you enjoyed... Okay, here's a little thing down here. If you enjoy the Oz books and want to know more about Oz, you may be interested in the Royal Club of Oz, devoted to America's favorite fairyland. It is a club for everyone who loves the Oz books. For free information, please send a first-class stamp to... right here. Yep, it is Dorothy, because here is a black and white plate of the wizard and Dorothy. And that says right there. And here we're coming to a color plate, because like I can feel the difference. And there's a sailor with the Cowardly Lion. What's going on? A faithful record of the remarkable adventures of Dorothy and Trot and the Wizard of Oz, together with the Cowardly Lion, the Hungry Tiger, and Captain Bill. So that's Captain Bill and the Cowardly Lion, in their successful search for a magical and beautiful birthday present for Princess Ozma of Oz. Here's a monkey. And then this page, which I'm going to read first. I dedicate this book to the children of our soldiers, the Americans and their allies, with unmeasured pride and affection. LFB. Here are a bunch of girls carrying our flags. Sadly, there's no Canada there, but there's Britain, America, and a bunch of other people. Japan is there, surprisingly. So the only copyright date here is the afterward copyright of 1999. Books of Wonder is a registered trademark of Ozma Inc. That is a little weird to read. The Hungry Tiger and the Cowardly Lion. And then I'm guessing that's Oz. No, Baum right there. To my readers. Curiously enough, in the events which have taken place in the last few years in our great outside world, we may find incidents so marvelous and inspiring that I cannot hope to equal them with stories of the Land of Oz. Oh my god, hair. Annoying stuff. However, the magic of Oz is really more strange and unusual than anything I have read or heard about on our side of the Great Sandy Desert, which shuts us off from the Land of Oz, even during the past exciting years. So I hope it will appeal to your love of novelty. A long and confining illness has prevented my answering all the good letters sent to me, unless stamps were enclosed. But from now on I hope to be able to give prompt attention to each and every letter with which my readers favor me, answering you that my love for you has never faltered, and hoping the Oz books will continue to give you pleasure as long as I am able to write them. I am yours affectionately, L. Frank Baum, Royal Historian of Oz. Oscott at Hollywood in California, 1919. Here's the list of chapters with the monkey at top of it. And it looks like these chapters are going to be relatively longish, even though there's only 23 chapters. Wow. First chapter is on Mount Munch. So are we going to... Well, okay. Here's Mount Munch for you. So you go to Mount Munch in the previous book, so it's a little weird to have Mount Munch appear again. This is going to be interesting. Do I have any pictures here at the back? Oh, there's an afterword. Yeah, just an afterword. And I don't feel like reading all that to you, so this is going to be the end for now. Until you get to this book again. Or one of the books that is at the library. And it's freaking snowing right now. It is snowing. Literally, it's snowing right now outside my window. I am going to, this is the end of my video. It says I've done this for 30 minutes, but when I actually edit this video, it won't be as long as 30 minutes. I'm going to go finish Supernatural Season 9. I will be watching episode 14, which is called Captives. If you have watched Season 9, or are currently watching Season 9 like me on disc, and I need to turn off my furnace because it's a little warm in here now. And I'm getting a little oily. So, bye guys, and keep on reading.
Yes! I'm going up to a bit. Okay. I'll see you later. Bye. Shut my door, please! Air it out. I'm busy doing a video. Like, when you're watching me, that's technically where it is. For me, it's showing the northwestern part. For you, it is showing the northeastern part. So, get that through your head.
And, okay. Manufactured in China.